Hey guys, just an update for me. See, I'm just feeling a bit frustrated this morning. Yeah, last week, a fire started in Squamish within Ellis Lake Provincial Park. And so I have been camping at the Ellis Lake Campgrounds. And yeah, like just because of my financial situation and the time of year, like basically I haven't been able to book more than, like, even sometimes I can't even book one night in advance. Like basically I just have to like show up to the campgrounds, and if somebody hasn't shown up to their site, then I can get a site. But it has happened a few times now where people have booked that site and they like show up and I have to move my tent somewhere else. Anyway, so unfortunately with this fire in Squamish, the Ellis Lake Campground was shut down and the area was evacuated. So last week I stayed at the Chief Campground. So the Chief Campgrounds is where a lot of the climbers stay, and it's kind of known as like the dirt bag campground. Like people used to stay there for like the whole summer, right? They would just like show up because it's like $10 a night, and it's right below yeah, like the climbing area called the Chief, which is like a mecca for rock climbing. So yeah, like the summer before I moved here, I basically like lived at the Chief for like 6 weeks in a tent. But now they've really cracked down on people staying there longer than 2 weeks. So I knew that I only had 1 day left to camp at the Chief because I had camped there, yeah, for like a couple weeks, well, almost 2 weeks back in April. So I used up my one night, and then because yeah, like I just have stuff to do in Squamish. I have to like organize my storage unit there, and that's like where I live. Yeah, like I stayed for another 2 nights, but I got an eviction order stating that if I didn't leave within 4 hours of receiving the eviction order, then I would receive a fine or be charged. So yeah, anyway, I had to like pack up my tent and get out of there, which is very frustrating. And yeah, now for like the past 2 nights, actually, sorry, so yeah, after that happened, like last week I did, I started driving to Pemberton. Like this was really late at night, just because I was trying to get my physio done at my gym in Squamish. So yeah, so I was like driving to Pemberton to stay at Nearn Falls, which is another provincial campground here in British Columbia, right outside of Pemberton. And I was supposed to, yeah, like I was supposed to have money in my bank account, but I was worried that my car insurance payment was going to come out. And I knew I didn't have enough money in my account. So unfortunately that car payment did come out, and I'm lucky that I stopped in Whistler to check my bank account balance. Cause yeah, like I didn't have a lot of gas in my car that night. So anyway, unfortunately that payment came out, and I ended up having to sleep in my car in Whistler that night, because I was just worried if I went all the way to Pemberton, I wouldn't have enough gas to drive back to Squamish. And then yeah, like the next day I got my WCB payments, but they were supposed to increase my allotment this month, and they didn't. So anyway, the last 2 nights I have stayed at the Nearn Falls campground at 2 different sites. Again, it's like the weekend. I haven't been able to book ahead of time, and yeah, like I've found campsites where people had booked them but then didn't show up. So I've been like, yeah, like all this week I've had to, like, I haven't stayed at the same, sorry, 2 nights I stayed at the same campground at the Chief, but otherwise I've had to move my tent every single day and every single night, which is honestly exhausting. Because yeah, like I got test results back recently showing that I have low thyroid, which I think has happened because I, back in like April, stopped taking this parasite fungal tincture. And so, yeah, I don't know if it's fungus or it's parasites, but something is going wrong, and I think is attacking my thyroid, or I've developed, unfortunately, I've developed an autoimmune disorder, which is called Hashimoto's, because essentially your immune system attacks your thyroid. And yeah, it's very plausible this has happened due to my body and my immune system being so screwed up because of the mold exposure, and then me just being under such a constant state of, sorry if I get upset, fight or flight mode because of my current living and financial situation. And then this week as well, I got test results back showing that I have an E. coli infection. And that has likely happened because because I don't have any sanitary to clean my dishes. So I have to constantly, every day, clean my dishes that I eat with in public bathrooms. So I have to go to like the Tim Hortons or to like a gas station to clean my dishes. And so it's most likely I've contracted this E. coli infection from being in those bathrooms. And like, honestly, I try and wash my hands constantly. I try and be so careful.